All right, section 4. Here we go. Number 1. John runs blah, blah, blah. Man, I don't want to read all this bullshit. I see the graph. I'm not stupid. I know how to read the graph. So here we go. On which interval is the target heart rate strictly increasing, aka just increase, and then strictly decreasing? There ain't nothing else happening. Just go up and go down. That's it. That's all I want. So if you guys take a look, just before you read the answer choices, doesn't that look something like over here? So that seems to me 40 to 60. So there you go. Don't check every one of them. It's just a waste of time. Don't waste your precious time. Number 2, if y is kx, k is constant, and y is 24 and x is 6, cut. Just put it in. Y is over here, x is over here, just put it in. So 24 is equal to k, I don't know, times x, which is 6. So divide by 6 on both sides. Well, now I know what k is. K is equal to 4. So what do I do? What is the value of y when k is, or x is 5? So do another round. So y, I don't freaking know. But k, I already know because I solved it from previous problem. And then my new x is 5. So y is just 20. Easy. Moving on. Number 3. In the figure above, lines L and M are parallel. And okay, friggin' I see that. Don't read it. If the measure of 1 is 35, cut. So that shiz is a 35. That's a 35 because vertical angles, and therefore that must be 35 because alternate interior angle, and that must be 35 because correspond. Who cares what the they're called? As long as you know which angles are the same as which, that's basically good to go. Do not worry about the terms. So first of all, what is a measure of angle 2? Well, I already know that part is a 35, and as you guys can see, this must be 180 straight line. So just 180 minus the 35, 145. And just, hey, without even actually doing any of the math shizzle, just take a look at angle 2. Doesn't that hell look way more than 90 degrees? And that's the only guy that is more than 90. Freaking don't do the math. Answers right there. Now, then the next question is, oh, then can you just believe what you see? Absolutely. Unless you guys see figure not drawn to scale, because they will say this for certain problems. If you guys see this, don't do what I just did. Do not believe what you see on the diagram if you see this wording. But did I see that in this question? Hell no. So I'm just gonna believe what I see. Angle 2 looks like bigger than 90. D is the only choice that's bigger than 90. That's literally 2-second problems. Number 4. If 16 plus 4x is cut, 16 plus 4x is 10 more than 14, cut. So 14 plus 10. So 16 plus 4x is equal to 24. So subtract 16 on both sides. So 4x is equal to 8. Stop. Do not divide it by 4 and get x is equal to 2. Why would you not do that? Because what is the question asking? What is the value of 8x? So you want to make this 8x? Just multiply by 2 on both sides. So 8x is equal to 16. Dunzo. I mean, yeah, you can divide by 4, so x is equal to 2, and then you just plug it in, so 8 times 2 is 16. You could do that, but, I mean, I don't know. You got 4x is 8. Why wouldn't you just double it? Alright, next. Number 5. Which of the following graphs shows a strong negative association between D and T? It's kind of like me if my friend John and I have a very negative association. Man, if this guy's happy, I'm sad. If this guy's sad, I'm happy. Something like that. So it basically, one goes up, the other goes down. So that, yeah, seems pretty good. That, what the I don't know. That, hell no. That's both going up. And that, yeah, that's decreasing. Between A and D, I don't know. It seems like this is more steep. So there it is. The strong negative association. Maybe A is like mild negative association. Number 6. There's a table up there. Freaking forget the first sentence. I know how to read. Based on the given information, how many 1 milligram doses are there in 1 2 decagram container? What the hell? So here we go. Let's just follow this. 2 decagram would be 20 grams. Just times 2 times 2. Okay. Then 20 grams. Well, let me just do it on the bottom. Then 20 grams. Well, you notice that's times 20. So that should be also times 20. So it's just going to be 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 20,000. Easy. Moving on. Number 7. The number blah blah. Don't read this. There's a table. I know how to read the freaking graph. If the total number of installations is 27,500, what is an appropriate label? By the way, I hope you guys understand you are allowed to use calculator on this section. I'm barely going to use it just because I'm not so like smart. I don't need to use calculator or anything like that. I mean, it's not that hard of a math. Check this out. This is what I mean. So what is the appropriate label for the vertical axis? So what must go here? If you guys just take a look, that is a 9, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's a 4, and that seems freaking 3.5. And I'm like, well, check this out. If I add them all, guess what the number is going to be? Yo, without even touching my calculator, I know it's going to be 27.5. You know how I know? Because that kind of looks like it. I feel like they just did that on purpose. So believe me, in fact, when you guys do it in calculator, you will get 27.5. So basically 27.5 became a 27,500 like this. So what happened? I had to move 3 times. So in order to make it to 27,500, so move 3, that means 3 zeros, and that's a thousands. So yes, you are allowed to use calculator, but let's just be real. What's faster? I don't know, just calculator, or just think, oh yeah, that's probably gonna add up to 27.5. Anyway, whatever floats your boat. Here we go, number 8. For what value of n is that equal to 0? I'm like, okay, well, so absolute value of n minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. So first thing first, go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides. So I got absolute value of n minus 1 is equal to -1. And I'm like, man, fuck that. There's no such value of n. Well, check this out. What the hell does that absolute value do? It turns freaking anything and everything into positive. So how the hell anything positive could equal -1? That doesn't make any sense. You cannot get a negative number when you absolute value something. It just doesn't make sense. So that's why there's no such value of n that makes that equal. Moving on, number 9. The speed of blah blah. Man, I don't want to read all this bull. A, speed of sound wave. T, air temperature. Good to go. Don't read the rest. Who cares what that formula is all about? Which of the following expresses the air temperature? Basically, just grab this, play with it until you leave the T alone. So here we go. A is equal to 1052 plus 1.8 T. Focus on the T. First thing first, I want to subtract 1052 on both sides. Once again, we're trying to leave the T alone. So we got A minus 1052 is equal to 1.08 T. Well, T, go ahead and divide by 1.08 on both sides, because then you finally leave the T alone. So it must be this guy, which is this guy. Don't freaking solve everything correctly and just circle the wrong answer. Believe it or not, a lot of people do that. Number 10, which of the following air temperature, blah, blah, blah. Sound wave be close to 1,000 feet per second. So sound wave, they said up here, is the A. So A is 1,000. What do I do with this? Just friggin' plug them into this equation. So 1,000 is equal to 1052 plus 1.08 T. So let's solve this. Go ahead and subtract 1052 on both sides. And boom. -52 is equal to 1.08 T, and go ahead and divide by 1.08 on both sides. And please, if any one of y'all out there is like, oh man, I'm so good at mental math and shit, do not risk yourself on questions like this, because look at these. That's freaking close, man. 48, 49, 50. Man, ain't nobody can do that unless your name is Elon Musk or some shit. So here we go. 52 divided by 1.08. Just go ahead and use your calculator, and I got negative 48.148148. Just repeat. So that seems pretty close to negative 48. Please don't get cocky. Just use calculator. Why not? They let you use it. Here we go. Number 11. Which of the following numbers is not a solution? Yo, buddies, listen. Which of the following numbers is not a solution? So don't circle that something that works. Here we go. Put the like terms together. Once again, I hate negatives, so I like to work in positives. So subtract that 5, add that 5, so 3x is greater than or equal to 4x minus, that'll be plus 2. And now, go ahead and subtract 4x on both sides. Damn it, I didn't want to do negatives, but hey, it is inevitable in this case. So negative x is greater than or equal to 2. I gotta multiply by or divide by -1. I'll just divide by -1. And if you guys remember, when you divide by negative or multiply by negative, make sure you freaking flip the sign like this. So x is less than or equal to -2, aka something like -2, -3, -4, -5, all the way to -infinity. Anything freaking -2 or less could work, but not this guy. -1 is bigger than -2. Ain't nobody can do that. These are all fine. They're all good to go. It's just A, you can't do it. Number 12. Based on this diagram above, which of the following, which is close to the average? How do we find average? Average is freaking sum divided by number. Well, sum what and number what? Well, if you take a look, they give you the freaking units so nicely. Seeds per apple. Number of seeds per apple. So sum of the seeds per apple. Alright, so not too bad. Do I know any of those two information? Well, 12 apples. So that's easy. It says 12 apples. So 12 apples. Now, and that's on the bottom. Some of the seeds, I don't know, so let's go one bar at a time. This is how you guys read the bar. So take a look at this red bar right here. That red bar basically means these. I got 2 apples that have 3 seeds each, aka we're looking at 2 apples that have 3 seeds each. So that's total of 6 seeds right there. And then same thing, then just take a look at this. That's basically 4 apples that have 5 seeds each. So that must be 4 times 5, 20. And you just keep going. So let me just do all that in red, black. So that would be 6, and that'd be 14, and that would be 27. So go ahead and add them all up. 6 plus 20 plus 6, 14, 27. Do this in calculator, and you will get 73 seeds. And 73 divided by 12, it's probably going to be something close to 6, but that's 6.08333333. Repeat, close enough. 6 is the answer. Moving on. Number 13. Whoa, some long ass wordings. I forget the freaking first sentence. Why? Because I ain't stupid. I just got a new iPhone. I ain't reading that dumbass manual. I got it. I've already been using it. So the table's up there. I know how to read it. The survey data were broken. Don't read this bull. Don't read this. Which of the following categories accounts for what? Approximately 19% of all the survey respondents. Everybody, aka the grand total, 310. So 310, and what do we want? We want just the 19% of it. So multiply by 0.19. Just use calculators. So just, if you guys do that, then you will get 58.9. Ain't no such thing as 58.9 people, but pretty close to 59. And what's 59? That's right there. Males taking geometry. Right there, see. Number 14. The table of blah, blah, blah. 21 brown bullhead fish. Get rid of the rest. The outlier measurement of 24 inches is an error. Cut. So that 24 inches? Well, this guy? Oh, okay, so that's an error. Okay, so of the mean, median, and range of the values listed, which will change the most? If the 24, this error, is removed from the data. Check this out. First of all, let's go one at a time. Median is just the middle guy. So just because the very last one is standing over there, if he leaves the house, I mean, the middle guy, wouldn't he still be around where he is? As in, like, if you're to line them all up, I'm not going to draw 21 or something like this, and then this guy just leaves. The middle guy who's, like, right here, wouldn't he, like, just shift maybe just a little, like, left to one? So, I don't know. I mean, will it change? It may not, but not too much, I'm thinking. So, median, I'm not quite sure. How about mean? Well, mean is the average. Well, here's the thing. If that outlier, the error, if that was like a freaking 2.4 million, okay, fine. If you take that away, the average might go down a lot. It's kind of like, I don't know, like all of us sitting in one class with Bill Gates, and like, I don't know, like our average in the class might be like a freaking, what, like a $10 million salary, because Bill Gates makes like fucking billions. But when he leaves, yeah, that's definitely gonna lower our average to like, well, like a $17, whatever. But that's a 24. I mean, if you look at the guy right here, that's like 16, 15. It's not that much of a difference. So I know the mean's gonna go down. I just don't know how much. Like significantly, it's just only one guy leaving, and he's not like super outlier. So I'm not quite sure. But if you guys take a look at range, woo, that's an issue. Because how the hell do you even find the range? Range is big minus small. which in this case is going to be 24 minus 8. So it was 16 before. But now when you take away that outlier, apparently an error, when you take that away, now it becomes 16 minus 8, which becomes 8. 16 to 8, that's a huge difference. So most likely what's going to change the most? Probably the range, because range directly involves the highest outlier. All right, moving on. Number 15 and 16 together. There's a linear equation up there. So C is the total cost, H is the hours. Who cares what that's about? Number 15, what does a C-intercept represent in the graph? Once again, C-intercept is when, in this case, H is 0, aka no hour has passed. I haven't even played with it. What is this about? Total cost of renting a boat. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I didn't even use this goddamn boat for even freaking a minute. Like, no time has passed. So I'm looking at that, and that's the dollars, so that's like $5. Wait, I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't used it yet. Why do I have to pay for freaking $5? I didn't even use it. I didn't even use it for a single second. Why do I pay? I don't know. Let's see. Because that C-intercept, the $5, is the increase in cost? No. Remember, when you hear the word increase, they're talking about slope, not the Y-intercept, or in this case, C-intercept. Goodbye. C, the total number of hours. Once again, hours is 0 out. The total number of boats? I don't know. The initial cost of renting? Exactly. Maybe that's just the rental cost. Why? Because I didn't even freaking use it yet and I still had to pay. I got it. I haven't used it, but I still had to pay to pick it up. Alright, and number 16, which of the following represents the relationship between H and C? So that's just a linear equation. If you guys take a look, first of all, it's got a y-intercept up there at 5. So 5 and 5, these guys are good, but what the hell is this? Goodbye. And look at that shizzle, man. They got this like C and H mixed up. But between B and C, well, it looks like, well, rise over run. So I just gotta count them all. 1, 2, 3. So rise over 1, 2, 3, 4 run. So this is the answer. Hell no, dude, because pay attention to the freaking ticks. Look, it's 1, 2, 3. Went from 5 to 8. So yes, your rise is 3. But look at your 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so does that look like freaking 4? Hell no, what's that? It says 1, dude. So just 1. So the slope is 3. So answer is this guy. Don't fall for this dumbass College Board mistake. They gonna do this every freaking single test I'll be going over from now on to harass the shit out of you. Don't fall for this. They're gonna do this continuously on and on and on and on and on. Don't fall for that. Number 17, the complete graph. Whatever, don't read this. I see the graph. For what value of X? Cut. Yo, broskies, do not mix up with X and Y. It says for what value of X. So these are your X freaking values. Do not ever circle the Y value. Is the value of f of X at its minimum? If you guys see minimums right there, what is the coordinate there? That's 1, 2, 3, -3, and -2. So some dumb people after I said that still will circle the C, but once again, that's freaking your Y value. That's not it. They want your X value, which is -3. Don't fall for this College Board mistake. Do you think that -2 is there just because? For just a coincidence? Hell no, dude. They do that on purpose. They want you to circle that. Don't do it. Moving on, number 18. In the XY plane, if 0, 0 is a solution to the system of inequalities above, okay, well, yeah, that's a solution. Then that better work. For what? I don't know. That's the X value, that's the Y value. What would I do with it? Just freaking put them all in there. Okay, so how does that look? 0 is less than A, okay? 0 is greater than B. Okay, so what do I know about A? It's positive. What do I know about B? Is negative. Which of the following relations between A and B must be true? What has to be true? I don't know. We know A is positive and B is negative. So I guess A is bigger than B. That's it. I mean, well, these, I don't know. But like, I know for sure since A is positive, it better be bigger than B, which is negative. Easy as that. Moving on. Number 19. A food truck sells salads for $6.50 each and drinks for $2 each. Cut. As soon as you guys read this problem, you better know that this is going to be systems of equations. How the hell did I know that? Because take a look. There are two different things going on. Did everybody catch that? There's salads and there's drinks. So there's salads and drinks, two different things going on, aka we gonna need two different variables, aka it's most likely gonna be two equations, systems of equations. So let's take a look. The food truck's revenue from selling a total of 209 salads and drinks. Cut. So salad plus drink is 209. Once again, the S represents the number of salads, not the dollar values. D represents the number of drinks, not the dollar values. So number of salads and number of drinks together must be 209. That's what I just got. And one day was that. So now we go do the dollar value version. So $6.50 for each salad and $2 for each drink, and that was a total of $836.50, right? $836.50. So how many salads were sold that day? So we want to solve for the salad. We want to keep the S. We want to cancel the D. So we will multiply the top equation by -2. Why would I do that? Because then I get -2S minus 2D is equal to -418. Boom. And that D goes away. So I get 4.50S. I keep mentioning, but basically I'm adding these two. So that's why they cancel. So that's equal to 418.50. Please just use calculator. It's okay, nothing to be ashamed about. So divide by 4.5 on both sides. Just do it in your calculator. Don't do this in hand. Just do it in calculator. And when you guys do that, you get exactly 93. So there's your answer. Use your calculator. Why not? They let you use it. Don't try to pull off the, oh my god, my mental. No, don't do it. Just use your calculator. It's cool.